Some greats have fallen in the world of athletics in 2024, including up-and-comers who died tragically young, controversial figures whose off-field exploits overshadowed their accomplishments, and activist humanitarians. Vontae Davis will always be remembered for how he ended his career. After joining the Buffalo Bills on a one-year contract, the cornerback retired in the middle of a game against the Los Angeles Chargers in 2018. After walking into the locker room, he didn't return for the second half, instead announcing his decision to his teammates and leaving the game for good right then and there. While his abrupt departure bewildered his coaches and teammates, he later released a statement that explained his reasoning. As he admitted, "This isn't how I pictured retiring from the NFL, but today on the field, reality hit me fast and hard. I shouldn't be out there anymore. This was an overwhelming decision, but I'm at peace with myself and my family. I choose to be grateful to God for allowing me to play the game that I have loved as a boy until I turned 30 years old."
So yeah, that's why I did it. That's why I walked away.
Sadly, he didn't get to enjoy his post-retirement life for very long. On April 1st, 2024, Davis's house assistant called the police after finding him dead in his gym in his Florida home. He had apparently collapsed not long after stepping out of his sauna. The cause of death is unknown, though police ruled out foul play. Former NBA player Darius Morris died on May 2nd at the age of 33 under tragic circumstances. While the official cause of death was coronary heart disease and was classified as an accident, drug and alcohol use were also listed as contributing factors. The situation is only made more sad due to the fact that Morris's death came 3 months after his father, Dwayne Morris Sr., and brother, Dwayne Jr., were convicted for bank fraud. For his part, Darius was never connected to any of their wrongdoing. Morris began his NBA career after being selected by the Los Angeles Lakers in the second round of the 2011 NBA draft. He would go on to play for 4 other teams before moving to the NBA's developmental G League, before he decided to take his talents overseas and play in the Chinese Basketball Association. He then returned to the States to play in the G League once. That was followed by a stint in Europe to play in an international league and later a French league until 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic shut down much of professional athletics around the world, after which Morris retired. Two-time PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray died at the age of 30 on May 25th, just one day after he pulled out of the Charles Schwab Challenge. The PGA decided to continue on with the tournament at the urging of Murray's parents, Eric and Terry, who soon revealed that their son had died from suicide. As they announced in a statement, "We would like to thank the PGA Tour and the entire world of golf for the outpouring of support. Life wasn't always easy for Grayson, and although he took his own life, we know he rests peacefully now." Murray's talents became clear when he was still in high school, and he won 3 consecutive Callaway Junior World Championships. He also won the North Carolina High School Athletic Association 4A State Championship. In addition to his golf career, Murray will also be remembered as an outspoken advocate for mental health and substance use struggles.
And the family hopes from out of this tragedy, they can help someone else.
Former NBA star and renowned sports broadcaster Bill Walton died from cancer at the age of 71 on May 27th. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver offered a heartfelt press release that read, "Bill Walton was truly one of a kind. As a Hall of Fame player, he redefined the center position." Bill then translated his infectious enthusiasm and love for the game to broadcasting, where he delivered insightful and colorful commentary, which entertained generations of basketball fans. Walton's NBA career began in 1974 after he left his mark on the college game at UCLA, where he thrice claimed the College Player of the Year award. After being selected as the #1 overall draft pick by the Portland Trail Blazers, his pro career was unfortunately limited by a series of foot and ankle injuries and reconstructive surgeries. He also played for the Clippers and the Celtics, and then in 1993, he was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame.
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
NBA Hall of Famer Chet "the Jet" Walker passed away on June 8th at the age of 84. He played 13 seasons in the league and won a championship with the Philadelphia 76ers in 1967. He was a 7-time All-Star and also made the Rookie All-Star team his first year in the league. His career included a stint with the Chicago Bulls, where he once scored 56 points in a single game, then the most in team history, a figure that has since been eclipsed by none other than Michael Jordan. Upon Walker's passing, the Bulls organization announced, "His skill, dedication, and contribution to the game made a lasting impact on the sport of basketball and the city of Chicago. Chet Walker will forever be remembered as a true Chicago Bulls icon." But Walker was more than just an athlete, as he was also known for his wide-ranging social justice interests. Those efforts included campaigning against South African apartheid and supporting the civil rights movement in the United States. He was also a plaintiff in the lawsuit that helped grant players free agency. His activism came at a cost, though. Even with an impressive stat line, no team wanted to sign him in 1975 because of his outspoken beliefs. That sadly proved to be the end of his NBA career, but Walker still had more to say, so he took his talents to Hollywood. He became a movie producer and even won an Emmy for the TV movie A Mother's Courage, the Mary Thomas story, which was about fellow basketball legend Isaiah Thomas's mother and her fight to keep her kids away from gangs while growing up. On June 12th, the world lost a truly iconic figure. That was the day that Jerry West, the basketball player whose silhouette was the basis for the outline of the NBA logo, died at the age of 86. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver announced in a statement, "Jerry West was a basketball genius and a defining figure in our league for more than 60 years. He distinguished himself not only as an NBA champion and an all-star in all 14 of his playing seasons, but also as a consummate competitor who embraced the biggest moments."
I think what gets lost sometimes, and maybe your story touched on it, is what a caring person he was.
West began making a name for himself in college when he was named the Final Four's most outstanding player after taking West Virginia University to the NCAA championship. During his time in the NBA with the Los Angeles Lakers, he played alongside all-time great Wilt Chamberlain and made it to the NBA Finals 9 times, though he only won 1 championship. After retiring, West tried his hand at coaching his beloved Lakers for a few seasons, but then he really settled into his next chapter when he moved into the front office. As the Lakers' general manager, he guided the franchise to 6 championships. After helping to build the Showtime Lakers dynasty, he would help engineer a second Lakers dynasty during the era of Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal. His love of the game lives on in his 2 sons, Ryan and Johnny, who both work for NBA teams. Widely regarded as one of the greatest baseball players of all time, Willie Mays died on June 18th at the age of 93. Affectionately known as the Say Hey Kid, Mays was a force to be reckoned with on the diamond. Over the course of his 23 seasons in Major League Baseball, he amassed an impressive 660 home runs, the 3rd highest total at the time of his retirement in 1973. He's perhaps best known for The Catch, a jaw-dropping over-the-shoulder grab he made during the 1954 World Series. Despite the improbability of that moment, for Mays it was more about skill than luck. As he once explained, everyone said, "Well, it was a hard catch." I said, "Nah, it was an easy catch."
I was always going to catch the ball.
Many believe that Mays could have had an even greater career if not for his service in the Army, but the Hall of Famer had no regrets. As he told the San Francisco Chronicle, "I don't like to look at it that way. I like to look at it as, I had a good 22 years. I had my time, and I enjoyed my time." Ozzie Virgil Sr. passed away on September 29th at the age of 92. He was especially notable as the first Dominican to play Major League Baseball, thereby opening the door to many more immigrant players to join the big leagues. Fellow Dominican and current New York Mets superstar Juan Soto once said of Virgil, "He means a lot. He was the first Dominican coming to the big leagues and opened the doors for a lot of Dominicans, and not only Dominicans, for all Latin players." Virgil began his MLB career with the New York Giants in 1956, and he would go on to play for the Detroit Tigers, Kansas City Athletics, Baltimore Orioles, Pittsburgh Pirates, and San Francisco Giants. After his playing career ended, Virgil spent 19 years coaching for various teams. In 2018, the New York Mets appointed him as honorary coach for National Hispanic Heritage Month. His son Ozzie Jr. followed in his father's footsteps and played in the MLB for 10 years, where he was a 2-time All-Star. One of baseball's most successful but also most controversial players, Pete Rose, passed away on September 30th at the age of 83. Known by the nickname Charlie Hustle, Rose made a name for himself while playing for the Cincinnati Reds during the 1970s era of the Big Red Machine, when the team won 2 World Series titles and a number of National League pennants. Rose also spent 4 years playing for the Philadelphia Phillies and 1 year on the Montreal Expos before returning to Cincinnati to end his career. His accolades include a Rookie of the Year award, 2 Golden Gloves, 17 All-Star selections, and 3 World Series titles. He also still holds the MLB record for most career hits, with 4,256. In 1984, Rose took over as the Reds manager, but his name was tarnished in 1989 when he was accused of gambling on games that he played in or managed. The accusations led to a lifetime ban from baseball. Decades later, the subject of whether or not Rose should be inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame remains a controversial topic.
It happened. There's nothing you can do to change it. I didn't break up the Beatles. Okay, I didn't shoot JFK, okay?
One of the NBA's best shot blockers of all time, and also one of the game's greatest global ambassadors, Dikembe Mutombo died on September 30th at the age of 58 from brain cancer. A native of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Mutombo was drafted by the Denver Nuggets in 1991. He would go on to become a 4-time NBA Defensive Player of the Year, with his reputation transcending statistics, thanks to his signature finger-wagging taunt after blocking a shot.
Not in my house.
Mutombo was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 2015. Upon his passing, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said, "Dikembe Mutombo was simply larger than life. On the court, he was one of the greatest shot blockers and defensive players in the history of the NBA. Off the floor, he poured his heart and soul into helping others." In 1997, Mutombo founded the Dikembe Mutombo Foundation to help his home country. This work earned him countless humanitarian accolades, including the highest volunteer service recognition, the President's Service Award. He also served on the board of Special Olympics International, the National Board for the U.S. Fund for UNICEF, and several other organizations. If you or someone you know is struggling or in crisis, help is available. Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.